Denyce. I am in my orchard and in my garden. I love singing and I love cooking. So I'd like to invite you to my home where we can laugh and have fun and cook and talk and create something beautiful and delicious. Join me. Many of my friends have said to me over the years, "We think you've missed your calling, Denyce. You shouldn't have been a singer at all. You should have been a party planner, or you should have been a baker." Well, I think I still should have been a singer, but I also enjoy cooking. So I want to invite you to my home. I hope you can join us. It's going to be a lot of fun and delicious. Time to get cooking. I've asked myself many times over the years, if I hadn't been an opera singer and if I were not involved in music, would I find myself at the opera at all? I may never know the answer to that. But what has always impressed me are the people who come to the theater, the people who get their tickets, come downtown, get to the theater, buy something nice to wear, park their cars, have something to eat, watch the performance, come backstage to greet you after the performance. That kind of generosity has always hit me right in the core and made a huge impression on me. I want to say thank you to everybody, to absolutely everyone, to obviously my family who has accommodated me in this project, my husband and children, Max and Ella, to my parents, my sweet mother, my Aunt Liv, my brother who has protected me since I was in the kindergarten and is still my protector to this day. I love you, Andre. My great family friends, my best friend Anna and Ronald and Laura, my students who have become like my children and my daughters whom I love so much. And then there are people in the profession that have become my friends and my friend family, people like Richard Troxel, like Neil Shikoff, like Cheryl Milnes, like Kim Prescott, like Rebecca Cross, Marquita Lister, who sent a beautiful note to me the other day, Ruby Hearn, Jamie Barton, who sent another beautiful note. And then there are people that I don't know at all, people that I've never met, who have extended themselves to me. This week, there has been an outpouring of love that has filled my heart to explosion from so many people that watched the services for Justice Ruth Bader Ginsburg. People like Ariel Metzger, Christina Brody, Liz Sizer, Rose Haggerty, Caroline Peachy, and so many, 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 many others who took the time to write so many thoughtful and heartfelt messages to me that just overwhelmed me. I think that when I got into this profession, I loved singing and I wanted to share what I had with the world. I think I had no idea the return that I would get. And this week has been one of those examples where I can't believe the generosity of everybody. And I just want to say thank you and that I want to become like you. I want to be a person who is as generous as you all have been to me. Thank you so very, very much for all your letters, for all your texts, for all your DMs. For my brother called me and said, "Denyce, you've gone viral." Well, I didn't even know what that meant, but I knew it sounded important. But I wanted to thank you all for this incredible outpouring of love that has moved me and healed me beyond anything that I could have ever imagined. So thank you. I'm Denyce. This is Cooking with Denyce. This is our sixth episode. And today we are being joined by a very, very dear friend, whom I met many years ago, the great Italian director, Mario Corradi. He and I worked together, I don't remember when it was, but the first opera we did was Werther together in Detroit. And then we did an Aida. And then later I did, my own production company did a show for PBS called Denyce Graves Breaking the Rules, and he directed that. And he joins us today from his kitchen in Italy, in Milano, Mario Corradi.
Mario Corradi is one of the few remaining holders among opera directors of what we call la buona vecchia tradizione, the good old tradition. But that said, he's been capable during his long and still active career to renovate himself and the style of his work. He has been long associated with the United States since his training years, having studied both in Milan and at Yale University, which is also where he began. His theatrical career. He acted and directed a wide range of plays while completing his doctoral studies in philosophy. In 1977, he met the great Jean-Pierre Ponel and started working as his assistant until he made his debut as stage director with Cimarosa's Il matrimonio segreto in Palermo. In another lovely town of Sicily, Trapani, as a member of the Giuseppe Di Stefano International Competition, he has cultivated another one of his professional interests, the training of tomorrow's performers. Together with the late and great Magda Olivero, who gave master classes in vocal technique, he trained the young competition winners in acting.
Mario mio, tesoro mio.
Sono qua.
Ciao, Mario. Thank you so much for doing this. Thank you for being here with us today and for doing this. I have delighted in these couple of days as we've been preparing for that to reconnect with you and to see your beautiful, illuminating, shining smile, which always breaks my heart every single time. And you know, I was telling the story about when we did the Werther in Detroit, how you would always cook dinner for us afterwards, sometimes very, very late at night, 11, 12 at night. You'd cook these huge dinner parties. And so I'm glad that you can be with us today to share with us some of your wonderful recipes.
Thank you. Tonight is not going to be a big party. The party is going to be small. It's just Yuri's family. We're going to be 4. So it's going to be easier.
Very good. So what are we doing? What are we preparing?
So we are doing a roast of stuffed veal. So what we need, these are the ingredients. The first thing we need is veal. As you can see here, it's a cut, it's a special cut it comes from the hind leg of a veal.
Yes.
And what you need actually is a good butcher, and I think Denyce found one who can cut it very thin. It has to be very, very thin because we are going to stuff it. And we can start right now.
Okay. I'm ready.
Okay. So first of all, we salt the veal.
Yes, I've done that. Okay.
Then we put a little frittata.
And Mario, do you put any oil or beurre or anything on the meat at this point?
No.
Okay.
No. Just this. We put this little frittata. Then we need some slices of mortadella di Bologna.
Mortadella di Bologna. And how many do you put?
I put, these are very thin, so depending on how thick they cut it, but I'm going to put 4.
Oh, wow. Okay, very good. And you
But
know,
because this is really thin,
okay, mine is not.
well, then 2 is enough. As long as it covers the size of the egg. So
Okay, yes, it
we
does.
can dispose of this. Then we put spinach.
Okay. Very good.
We
And you,
put the spinach lengthwise because, okay, this is going to be rolled this way, which means that we have to put it this way. This spinach. Don't go to the border because if you go to the border, then it will get out.
okay. All right. So I want to tell you something that happened to me. We have a fantastic butcher. Hello, Diane. Tate says hello. We have a fantastic butcher not far from where I live, but they didn't have veal.
Okay.
So
That's very important.
I have beef. However, I'm going to make some piccolini, like little ones of veal, because I was able to find some veal cutlets. And I made some little small ones, individual ones, and then I'll make the big one with the top round.
Very good. So we get some sausage. We cut the skin.
Okay. Put that in there as well.
And we put the sausage.
I've already cooked that. And that's that wonderful sausage that I love from North Carolina. Using that. Okay.
Okay. Then what we do.
Yes.
We take, let me throw this away. Then we take the pistachios.
And you know, sometimes the mortadella has the pistachios in them already.
Yeah, but they are really slivers. So we need real pistachios.
Okay.
Now, if you are allergic to pistachios, then you can do without.
Okay.
And you can add something else in between. And that is what you can add. It's little truffle. Black truffle, which I'm going to.
I have an ersatz here. You know, I was able to find black truffle salami and black truffle oil, but.
Well, you can use black truffle oil.
Yes. Which smells just, oh my goodness. Could drink it with a straw. Fantastic. Maybe not, but.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you add
the pistachios and the truffle.
And truffle.
Okay.
In case somebody is allergic to pistachios.
Yes.
And I'm gonna put both of them.
Yes. Why not?
It's going to be very rich.
Excellent. And so this is
all. At this point, all we have to do is to roll it.
Okay. All right. Wow. It's going to be pretty big on my end.
Okay. This is what it's going to be. We try to close it very well. And then we take some thread. You know, the real butchers, they can do the whole thing in just one movement. Going around and then, but I'm not a real butcher. So I'm just a stage director.
And a very fine one at that.
Thank you.
You know, some years ago, my husband did you ever hear of a turducken?
No.
Maybe
What is it?
Turducken. It's when you take a turkey, a duck, and a chicken. You stuff the turkey with the chicken, and you stuff the chicken with the duck.
Oh,
And you put it all together. And we sometimes have that for holidays. There's Lisa Bryce. Hi, Miss Lisa. I got your picture. I saw that you received your wine. I'm so happy. I hope your father had a nice birthday party. Mario, do you take the kitchen? You take the kitchen string and just go around the whole roast?
no, I do in different levels.
Ah,
These are three. I've made three. Now I'm going to do it lengthwise.
oh, I see. You really.
You have to make sure that the stuffing doesn't come out as it cooks.
Yes. I have a feeling with
You
the
see?
little one.
That's what I'm doing.
I'm not sure that I really see you, but very good.
I wish I had a whole crew with cameras to go a close up of this, because
Wonderful.
I'm just using my laptop, and therefore, it's not,
Yeah.
probably it's not so clear as it should be.
So Mario, we were talking about how we met. You and I met many years before we started working together.
Oh yes, that's right.
And there's yeah,
Janet Perry,
that's
with
right.
whom I worked at the very, very, very beginning when I was an assistant of Jean-Pierre Ponel in Zurich for the Monteverdi cycle.
Oh,
And we met at that time. And she came to me one day with this young, beautiful soprano,
yeah.
whom at that time I did not know at all. And she said, Mario, I want you to meet a girl who's going to be a star.
Oh my goodness. Well, you know
And
what?
that was Denyce Gray.
Ah, she actually sent us a greeting today.
Okay.
She said she's here. She just sent us a note. She says, I'm right here. Hi, Jan. We're going to play the message that Jan sent for us today. This is Janet
Okay.
Perry.
Hello, good evening. Hi, Denyce. Hi, Mario. Thank you for inviting me to your show, Denyce. It's become one of my very favorites, and I haven't missed an episode yet. It does feel a great need for us to connect with each other as artists. And a special artist tonight is Mario Corradi, a great friend of mine, dear friend. I've known Mario for many, many years. And how did Denyce and Mario get to know each other? It was because of me. First of all, some years ago, I went to the Zurich Opera to do the production of the Monteverdi operas with Jean-Pierre Ponel as director and Nicolas Harnoncourt as conductor. Mario was a young, hopeful, emerging stage director at this point. And he was an assistant to Jean-Pierre Ponel. And not only was he an assistant, but he also helped us with our diction. This was very important for me because I was so impressed with his voice. His way of speaking the Italian language was so beautiful. It was a real ideal for me. And I learned so much from him. And in the years afterwards, since I lived also in Italy, I could go to him and coach some of my roles with him. He was always very kind and very open to work with me. And but not only with that, not only were we working on diction, but I discovered that Mario was a marvelous cook. He had dinner parties for people that were out of this world. And so when Denyce Graves came over to Europe for the first time, when her career was just getting started, I thought this would be fun to introduce the two of them. So I got us an invitation to lunch. And we had a fabulous lunch, and we had a wonderful time, and the connection was established. And as I left, I said to Mario, you watch this name, Denyce Graves. That's going to be something. And he smiled, and I think he's still smiling about it, because they have worked together in the meantime. But Mario is a multi-talent, so he's not only a stage director and a fabulous cook, I mean, I would say a chef, but he's extremely learned. He's got degrees behind his name. He's a teacher. He's a professor. He has an apartment which is probably more books on the walls than empty space. He's read and studied thousands of books. So it can be done. He's just a Renaissance man, I guess. So thank you very much for the invitation, and have a nice evening together.
Mario, Mario,
Yes.
Mario.
Now, this is what, you see, that she said the same story. This is what it's going to look like.
Beautiful.
Okay? I put some
perfection.
oil here. And I am going to place this in the oven. And it will stay in the oven for no more than 35 minutes.
Okay.
And I am going to add occasionally a little broth, beef broth.
To baste. Okay.
Yeah, to baste it.
Okay. I just put mine in the oven. So it's
Because I wanted to show you how it looked like. Okay?
it looks gorgeous.
Okay. Here it is.
Beautiful.
And the side dish.
Yes.
The side dish is going to be a cream of leeks and potatoes.
Okay.
So I have already prepared. Okay, this was the leek. The leeks are in little slices, and potatoes are in small pieces. So I'm going to add butter to the pot.
I've just done that. I just want to say, to the people with the leeks can be tricky because, they're growing in the ground, of course, but they can be very, very sandy, and there are all those layers. So you really have to wash it well. If you're going to cut it in circles or cut it in half moons, I would say cut it first and then let it soak in a bowl of water so that all the sand and the dirt goes to the bottom, and then wash it after that, because lots of dirt. You can keep the top green parts for vegetable stock or something like that.
I have not used the green top. I've only used the white part of the leaf.
Right.
And obviously, I've taken out the outside leaves because sometimes they are dirty. They are not very clean. Yeah. Right. Okay. So now I put the leeks in the pot.
Okay. Me too. And you put that with butter, and you let that saute.
And I let them saute a little bit.
Okay.
And then I'm going to add the potatoes and add milk.
Oh, I
with
just
salt, obviously.
Maestro, excuse me. I just want to say that the oven is set at 350, 360, because sometimes I forget to say that's 180 Celsius, but for us Fahrenheit, about 375. Our ovens don't really work that way. Probably 375. You want to put that in the oven for that. But then, okay, so the butter melts and you saute the leeks, right?
Yeah. Indeed.
Okay.
I'm gonna put a little more salt, butter.
Nothing wrong with that.
Oh, maybe just cholesterol.
Right. Yeah. Maestro, how are things now in Italy?
Denyce, will you stop calling me maestro? My name is Mario.
I know that, but it's because of my utmost respect for you.
Oh, stop it, please. I mean, let me tell you a little anecdote about the names. When I did the recording of the Cenerentola for the Ponel's film,
Yes.
Ponel was sick, and so I had to follow the recording of the soundtrack. And the first day I arrived in the recording studio, and there was Maestro Claudio Abbado.
Oh.
So I was a nobody. I was just an assistant. And as I arrived, and I said, good morning, Maestro. He looked at me and said, look, my name is Claudio.
Wow.
That was and that was a great lesson to me. You know that in the theater, I don't want to be called Maestro, I just want to be called Mario by my name.
Okay.
Okay, now I'm going to put the potatoes.
Already. Okay.
Yeah.
You know, I cut my potatoes last night because you can keep them and they can stay white if you put them in cold water, really cold water, submerged in cold water, because they oxidize right away and they turn brown. I didn't want to be cutting potatoes this morning, so I cut them last night.
Okay, so I put half a liter of whole milk.
So
I'm going to add some
cups. Half a liter is about 2 cups, right?
You're asking too much.
I'm asking too much. I think so.
Okay, a liter is 1/4 of a gallon, which means that half a liter is 1/8. Yeah, it's 1/8 of a gallon.
Okay. So you put that in already now, Mario? Mario. Is he there? Did we lose him? All right, I'm going to put in 2 cups of milk, I think. That's what he's saying. Because it sounded like he puts that in all together. So that's what I am going to do. And if we lose him, we've got something that we can talk about that he was kind enough to pre-record already.
What we are going to do today is a stuffed roast of veal. So the veal is the first ingredient. And it comes from a particular part of the veal, the hind leg. Now, first of all, you need to find a good butcher, which should be a protected species now of butchers, because they're disappearing slowly, because we are moving towards the traditional everyday cut. And then it has to be very, very careful. Look at this piece of veal. This piece of veal was originally like this. So the butcher cut it very carefully. And as you can see, this is the final part, because otherwise, instead of 1 big piece, it would have been 2. And it has to be also very careful in not making holes. For instance, here, as you can see, there is a little hole, but that's not a big problem, because it's going to be folded and it will not be a problem. It would be a problem if there are holes here in the middle of the piece of meat. If the piece of meat is not as thin as it should, then you can pound like this. Because since it's going to be rolled, it has to be thin. This is as thick as it should be. Less is better, more is not. So basically, if veal cannot be found, then it can be done with beef, although beef will not be as so tender as the veal. Please make sure that the butcher will give you a piece of meat, whether veal or beef, that can be cut and transformed into a sheet of paper like this, of this size. This is going to feed, once it's stuffed, it's going to feed 5-6 people. So, find the butcher and the veal, and good luck.
Mario?
Yes.
Okay, very good. We played your video. So I have the veal in the oven at 375, 360, and then now you put 2 cups or half a liter of milk in with the leeks.
Exactly, and the potatoes.
And so for the leeks, you took 3 medium leeks.
Yes.
And you had 4 potatoes.
No, 2 big potatoes.
2 potatoes.
But yeah, it should be depending on the size. You see, the problem is, I mean, if you get a leek like this one, then I would say 3 are more than enough.
Yes.
And at the same time, which means that I mean, the weight of leeks and potatoes it should be, say, the potatoes should be a half of the weight of the. Okay, if this is, I don't know, in mathematics I'm not very good, but if this is 1 pound, then the potato should be 1.5 pounds.
Okay. So. Okay. All right. Very good. So we just have to wait for that to cook. I'm going to make a little salad that I got from my garden this morning. So I'm going to do that because I got the lettuce and everything this morning from the garden. So I'm going to have that on the side because I'm always encouraging my children to eat more vegetables.
Well, we don't have a garden in Milano.
Well, you could have one even in the window with herbs and that sort of thing. Couldn't you?
It's cold already.
Is it really?
Well, suddenly the cold fell upon us.
Yeah. Did you ever work in Macerata?
Yes, with June Anderson.
Oh, right.
I did Lucia di Lammermoor with her.
Of course you did.
And that was one of the worst experiences in my life.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Why was that?
Oh, well, she was impossible to work with.
Right.
I mean, it's not easy to find an artist who is as talented and at the same time as sweet and open as you are.
Well, I'm very.
Let me tell you just one thing.
Tell me.
We did Aida,
yes,
in Cincinnati,
yes,
I must say that I've done many Aidas, and I've worked with many Americans, but nobody has left on me the impression you left during the 3rd act, during the judgment scene. I mean, you were running, you were being dragged by those priests. You were running. I mean, I had the feeling at one point that you were going to chew up the stage. It was the most moving, the most powerful scene of Aida, of Amneris, the 3rd act of Aida that I've ever seen. And it's too bad, Denyce, that you did not continue doing it. But that was the choice.
I got trapped a little bit. With a few roles, but you know, I had some wonderful colleagues who were like that on the stage too, and so I appreciate that kind of generosity, and I appreciate that kind of surrender to what it is that you're doing. You know, I think now we have a message from one of my colleagues who was exactly a real stage animal and left blood all over the stage. That is Neil Shikoff. Neil Shikoff.
Oh yeah.
Hi, Denyce. You certainly know who I am, but not all your friends and fams are going to know me. Well, I'm Neil Shikoff, fortunate enough to have shared the stage many, many times with you and to have admired your great voice and unbelievable charisma. You could burn up the stage like nobody else. I am sending you big congratulations on sharing your delicious culinary ideas, yummy recipes you have collected from your travels all over the world within your spectacular career. I remember once when we were singing Carmen in Macerata, Italy, and you were desperately craving corn on the cob. I mentioned to you that I had seen a cornfield not so far away. So one day, I snuck into the field and grabbed a few ears for us and brought them back to the chef in our hotel. As he prepared it for us, the waiter brought a bottle of olive oil to put on the corn. You, however, were longing for the American-style corn on the cob, which is smothered in butter. While we were chomping away on this tough corn, you quickly realized that in Europe, corn is animal feed. However foolish we looked, we absolutely laughed our heads off. It was a wonderful moment, it really was. In any case, wishing you all delicious and divine cooking.
Did you ever work with Neil, Mario?
Yes, Neil probably doesn't remember that we met many, many years ago in Milano when he was singing at La Scala.
Really?
And I had to go to Switzerland to get some food or medicine for his child at that time. And we were with, did you know Bob Kettleson?
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
You know, Bob Kettleson was really one of my truly best friends.
Oh.
And now I live in what used to be his home because I bought, after he died, I bought his house, his apartment in Milano. And with Bob Kettleson and Neil Shikoff, we went to Switzerland one day to get some milk that could only be found in Switzerland for his child.
Yeah. Alexander.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, well,
our world is very small.
it's a small world. It is.
It's a small world.
Yeah.
The potatoes take some time, huh, Mario? Do you have the heat very high?
Don't be
In a rush?
timid. Don't be timid with your potatoes. Go ahead. Not very high, but high.
Okay.
So the milk will have to really foam, and that's why I'm using this tall pot, because if the pot were not so high, the milk would overflow.
I see.
You see? And it's really getting very, very, it's getting right here.
Okay.
So.
But you just put half a liter. When do you put the other half?
No, you don't. You have to wait that the milk slowly is absorbed by the potatoes and the leeks.
Yes.
And then when the milk is almost totally absorbed,
Yes.
then you use this little toy and you make a cream.
Woo. Well, we're ways off from that. We're ways off. So Mario, do you want to tell us a little bit about, as we were preparing for this, getting to know about your family's wine or their family's winery? Yeah.
I mean, first of all, it's not my family, although it bears the name of Corradi, because let me show it to you. This is Poderi Boscarelli. If you can see at the bottom, it says Marchesi de Ferrari Corradi. Can you see it?
I see it.
Okay. Now, the story is very simple. In the 60s, a cousin of my father bought at the outskirts of Montepulciano, which is where I was born, a piece of land and a vineyard to make wine for the family, basically. The wine was originally meant to be just for family consumption. But it was so good that eventually became a real enterprise. In the meantime, his daughter married a De Ferrari. And De Ferrari is one of the most noble and most ancient families from Genova. And now it's a De Ferrari Corradi business. And they make, Montepulciano was very famous for his wine. Back in 1600, the Italian poet Guido Redi wrote in an ode to Ariadne, he wrote, Ariadna, brindis, brindisi, toast, toast. Montepulciano d'ogni vino il re. Montepulciano of all wines is king. And this particular wine, this particular nobile di Montepulciano, noble wine of Montepulciano by Coderi Boscarelli, became in 2015 during the World Fair in Milano, was among the Grand Cru of Italy.
Wow.
And look, I'm not a connoisseur of wine, but what I can say is that this is in the middle of the range, because then there is one vineyard that is even higher, and it's called Il Leccio. But this is really a wine for great and important occasions. And I'm very proud to find my name in the label, but I have nothing to do, if not just a family connection. But I have no business in this business.
I see. So we were able to find it here. And Chef Christiane, who was here, our guest last week, has a relationship with some of the United States distributors. Chef Ricky, yes. And so she was able to find it for us. So my husband we're going to have a little sample of it here, and we'll have a brindisi insieme. Oh, there's Christina Graves. Oh, there she is.
I'm ready already, yes.
Okay, all right. I'm just going to check the potatoes.
Okay, me too.
Oh, wow.
All right, Mario.
Coming.
It's gorgeous. It's a beautiful ruby color.
Yeah.
So I'm getting strawberries and some leather and a note that I really like, which is earth, an earth note as well. Oh, wow. Very nicely balanced, crisp and bright, but also nice tannins. Very lovely on the tongue. So it's spectacular.
What vintage are you using?
This is 2017, so it's.
I have 2014.
Yeah, it's a bit young.
It's young,
and you can appreciate that it's young.
This is 2014.
Yeah.
We have to wait for our Rostov to.
Really... I have 2001 at home.
Oh, do you?
And I'm reserving it for I don't know, for my funeral probably, because.
Oh, wow.
Isn't that nice?
I do like that. Yeah, I do like that. Can you imagine if we didn't like it? I mean, what would we say? But I really do like it.
another note that I'm getting, which is I call it horses, but I know what it actually is. It's leather.
Mm-hmm.
A little bit of vanilla too.
Mario, should we be basting the arrosto?
Should I what?
Should we be basting the roast?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, I'm doing it. I've been doing it.
What?
Yeah, otherwise,
With beef
I'm
stock.
almost finished my broth.
Oh my God.
Otherwise, it doesn't get
Right.
soft. It burns.
Yeah.
Let's pull it out a little bit.
Okay.
So people can see.
Okay, that's good. I've got one down at the bottom too. I've got one at the bottom too.
No, I try to do it with the.
Getting hot. The potatoes are coming along. How are you feeling on that end?
Okay, I don't know how long. I didn't take the time.
I did.
How long I?
Denyce makes
Thank you.
like couture. Thank you. I did. I set the clock. I set it, so it's going.
Yeah, we need 5-7 more minutes.
Okay, it's going to alarm. Okay, so that brings me to one of our the giveaway for today, and that's for the first 3 people who can email at cookingwithdenyce@gmail.com. Cookingwithdenyce@gmail.com. What were the 2 operas that Mario directed me in? And then whoever they are, I will send you some of the spice that was created for this show and for me by Salt Table, the Salt Table. You can go to salttable.com and get that. And this is called Denyce's Opera Blend, and it's brand new. They just handcrafted it for this show. So, but the first 3 people, I'm happy to send that to you. So thank you so much. The 2 operas that Mario directed me in. Okay, I'm gonna check the potatoes.
Okay, yeah, stir it. Otherwise, they will stick to the bottom.
Bottom, yeah.
And you might need a little more milk because I really have no idea from here how many potatoes you put and how many leeks you put.
Yeah,
but make sure that it doesn't get too dry. Otherwise, the potatoes are going to stick to the bottom of the pot.
Yeah, no, we're fine with that. There's no issue there.
Okay.
We're doing fine. I'm checking it, but it's cooking. It's coming right along.
I'm going to clean this mess.
How do you make sure?
What?
How do you make sure that it doesn't become, like potato leek soup?
Well, I mean, you can, I turned it off already because, because it was getting too dry.
Okay.
Now, I think it got the right
consistency.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.
Consistency.
Yeah.
To turn into a cream.
Okay. Very good.
Let's see. Yeah, it's still kind of it doesn't boil, but I turn off the gas, and in a few minutes we can turn it into a cream.
Yum. And Mario, where does this recipe come from?
From my mother.
Oh.
It was a recipe she was using for special occasions.
Yes.
Well, you know, I grew up in Montepulciano. Actually, is a small village outside of Montepulciano, which was called Acquaviva di Montepulciano. And that's where the vineyard is, actually.
Ah.
And meat was a luxury. And well, rather than leeks, she used at that time, I think sometimes she used some onions. She used to soften the onions. But we didn't have all the ingredients. And obviously, we did not have truffles. But then, as time went by, eventually, when even Aquaviva, in Aquaviva, we had access to practically everything. She improved the recipe, and she made it the way I'm doing it now. Yeah. So there is a story behind that. It's a story, you know, food is it's culture. You know, Levi-Strauss, the great anthropologist, used to say that the basic difference between animals and men is the difference between raw and cooked. Animals don't manipulate food. Animals don't cook. Animals eat it raw. And in a recipe, there can be a story, how it evolved. And, you know, if we want to understand some of the past ages, it's interesting to see what they used to eat.
Jelena.
And their eating habits. So in this roast of stuffed veal, in a way, there is a big chunk of my own personal story.
Thank you, Mario. People were writing, Jelena Lager, who's the daughter of Janet Perry, just sent a message. She said she could listen all day to your stories. She just sent a message. There she is, Jelena. I love these stories. It's a privilege to hear them. I don't know if you ever met her. She had a beautiful voice too.
Oh,
Mario,
Monica.
I always love your stories. This comes from Monica.
Monica Essen. Monica Essen is an artist who is also working, and she does all the ingredients, what they are called props, to make productions take place at MOT.
Really?
Yeah. She's a fine artist, and I'm glad that she's watching it. Well, actually, I told her to watch it. So
her name means to eat. She has to. Her name Essen means to eat.
Yes, in German.
Oh,
yes.
Yeah.
Essen means to eat.
To eat. How are we coming along, Mario?
Yeah, I think I'm taking out of the oven.
You are?
The meat. Yes.
Really? I would like it to brown a little more. I think I'm going to.
Yeah, but you are using beef, right?
Well, I'm using both, amore mio.
Oh.
I have beef at the top oven and veal at the bottom.
I didn't get that.
I did one big one with beef, and then I did 3 little ones with veal.
But the little ones cook much faster.
Okay.
Yeah, you should take them out.
Okay. But we haven't done the potatoes yet with your little toy, as you called it. Are you beginning that now?
Can I show it to you?
Yes. Oh my gosh, let me look at that. That is beautiful. That's beautiful. Oh.
But I have to wait a few minutes because it's really hot.
Oh, is that?
In fact, I'm going to burn my fingers.
Careful.
No,
careful.
I'm not.
And and what about the potatoes? We have to.
The potatoes, we can also now. Let me turn this off.
Okay. I have not been basting the whole time.
Okay.
I'm going to just put that under a little bit of heat.
questo in alto, giusto?
Just to get that to brown on the top. Oh, you started. Okay.
Right.
Oh boy, it's time to get going. Sounds wonderful. All right. I suppose you could also put that in a blender.
Yes, but when I used to put it in the blender, it did not come out so smooth as it comes out now.
Yes. Very good. Max, are you checking? Do you see if anybody got the things right on for the giveaway? Oh, that looks wonderful. It's coming along great.
Let me show you.
Yes, my love, yes.
Let me show you how it comes out.
Okay, I'm still here working. All right. I'm gonna check. I turned up the heat on I wanted that to brown a little bit. Is it good?
Delicious.
Oh.
And then when you serve it with the meat,
yes,
all you can do is to cut the meat, what we are going to do now.
Yes, I'm going to have my husband do that.
All the sauce that the meat has made in cooking, you can use it to put it on top of the.
Of course.
Okay, shall we try and?
I'm not. Mine isn't out of the oven yet. It's coming out now. I'm gonna have my husband cut it for. Would you cut it for me, please, honey? Because I want it finished with the potatoes.
Okay, let me get this.
Woo, man! Look at that. Look at that. I think we should move. I'm gonna finish these potatoes here.
Wow.
You can move that if you want to,
That's
honey,
beautiful.
to this. If you want to move it there, it may be easier
think
to
what
let
I'll
that.
do is-
Okay. Okay.
I want to taste
Okay.
that.
Now it's free. Okay. Vediamo. Let's see what happens.
And I have here the other one.
Can my assistant give me a knife? That's Yuri. Look, giving me a knife.
Yuri, salve, ciao.
Oh, look at this.
It's my assistant tonight.
Can you see that?
Okay, let's cut it in the middle and see how it came out.
Look how gorgeous this is, sweetheart.
Oh my gosh, you got to see that. Can you get it? Oh, that's perfection. And we've got also here the veal. So you want to cut one of these and one of the veal too?
Look, Denyce.
Yes, let me see. Dean, what a fun show. Greetings from Austin, Texas. Valerie, she's going to join us later. I'm here with you, Mario. I want to see.
Yuri, mi prendi il tegame perché sennò mi gocciola. Hold it. I'm gonna get close to the I'm going to get close to the.
Maybe Justin can put you on the full screen so we can see. Oh, Mario.
And then this
That's
is going
cool.
to be cut in slices
Yes, that's
and
what
ready to serve.
And we have here, we're ready too. That's
I'm afraid beef might take longer, probably.
No, it looks
Perfect.
good. It looks good. And we also have, Robert, do you want to, we also have some of the veal here
It's
too.
perfection.
Excuse me. Here's some of the veal.
Okay, here we are.
Here we are. Okay.
Oh, these look lovely too.
So now we have to bring in the tasters. It's perfect on this end. I want to show you. I don't know if the camera can pick that up yet. We don't have
to
it
put
all
on my
together.
glasses.
It's still cutting. Can you get that at all?
Okay, now the veal is really something special.
Can you get that?
Uh-huh. Now,
Baby.
you know,
And there's the
I cut slices that are half of what you
The
cut.
veal is so
Oh my
much
gosh.
more tender.
So Mario, we did both. We did the beef and we did the veal. And of
And
course,
then you'll tell me which is better.
already my husband tells me it's the veal for sure, hands down.
It's much more
Hi,
tender.
Maria Freeman. Yeah. Okay. And here's some, the potatoes are done. And we're just at the time. Okay, we need to bring in Max. Where's Max? Where's my beautiful boy? Alicia DuPont. Those look lovely. We need to, what did she say?
To invent smell-o-vision.
Yes, that's right. We're going to get some potatoes. We're going to,
Look at those pistachios.
I mean, that's gorgeous. It's gorgeous.
May I ask, who are the what are the two correct answers for the giveaway?
Werther
Okay.
and Aida.
Werther and Aida. Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
And then there was Denyce breaking the rules, which I directed on a wheelchair.
That's right. That's right, Mario. Oh my
What did he say?
goodness.
I directed on a wheelchair because I was coming from Kyiv, from Ukraine, and
Yeah.
the flight was so long that when I arrived, I had some vein, the problem with the vein in my leg, and I directed and took also the final bow on a wheelchair,
Oh,
and that was fun.
oh
There
my.
must be somewhere a video or a picture of me on a wheelchair saying thank you, thank you.
What? Come here, because we're at 3 o'clock.
Also, we have
That looks delicious. And it
We have
reads.
two winners?
two winners.
Okay, we have 2 winners for the giveaway.
Let's take this.
And,
Monica Essen,
and Tariq Al-Sabir.
Tariq Al Sabir, Jeff, yeah.
Have a look at the. Isn't that gorgeous?
It is both of them, both veal and the beef.
Yep.
Okay, so now
the beef, also the beef looks interesting because in the middle is still a little rare.
That's
Yeah.
right. You ready, Max?
which is what we want. Okay, so here's some of the potatoes. Here. Oh, here, take that one, honey.
Here, I'll try both the veal.
Okay, try both. Okay, well, let me put some potatoes up there.
Why don't you take that other one?
And a little bit of salad. Mario, thank you so much for this. This has been magnificent. Thank you
Just show
so
the,
much for
camera.
this beautiful Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
Are you there?
You know, Denyce, I just
Yeah.
wanted to go against a commonplace, and according to which Italians are good only in cooking pasta and pizza. So the Italian cuisine is not just pasta and pizza is meat, all kinds of meats. In fact, the other night I did a deboned stuffed guinea hen.
Oh, did you really? Did you see our homage to Italia, to Mother Italia?
Yes. We saw the Italian flag.
Ta-da! My husband was putting that up 5 minutes before we were going to. That looks gorgeous. Mario, I love you. And you know, it's true that we've had quite the Italian invasion lately. We had Francesca, your partner in crime, one of the Ponel mafioso.
Yes, that's right.
Then we had Cristina Ricci, and now we have you. We had 3 Italians back to back. And then you gave us this magnificent recipe for this arrosto di vitello, which I love and I cannot wait to dig into. I want to say thank you, that I love you, that I cannot wait until this is all over.
So one final thing. I'm waiting for you both to come to Milano and I can cook it for you live. And listen, if you are not coming, then I will come to your house and you will cook for me, okay?
With great pleasure. And I look forward to it. I would love that.
As soon as we will be able to travel to the United States.
I know. As soon as this is over, with all the love that's in my heart, I'm sending it to you. Thank you so much, Mario. Thank you so much for today. It was wonderful. Wonderful. Thank you so much. Everybody, thank you. Ciao, amore. Ciao, mio grande amore. Ciao. Everybody, thank you so much for your time today. I just will say again, make sure that you take time in your everyday to give something beautiful to yourself. Thank you again to everyone who has sent so much love to me over these few days. It has meant the world to me and has encouraged me. And I just want to say to all of our Jewish friends, l'chaim, and easy fast. We hope that this is an easy fast for you. And here's to life. Thank you so much, everybody. Where's my drink? Here's to life. Thank you. Max, you didn't tell us what you thought.
Oh, yeah.
Max!
I haven't had a chance to try the beef one yet, but by Dad's recommendation, I tried the veal, and it was delicious.
Yeah.
I mean, I expected no less, but it was still amazing.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you so much. We'll see you next week, where my guest will be the wonderful tenor and very dear friend of mine, Richard Troxel.
American Anthem.
From the plains to distant shore, with the gifts they were given, were determined to give more.